Welcome back. As we start off with the conversations this evening, Advocate Bience Gawanas has been honored by the Humanitarian Awards Global as one of Africa's most impactful change makers for the year 2022. A change maker of note nationally and globally, Advocate Gawanas continues to not only make a mark in the world but ensure change through her advocacy. She now joins us via Zoom to talk to us about the award and moreover what's importantly, what inspired her to basically fight for others. Advocate, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Good evening.
All right. First of all, congratulations on the award. Your career in law spans over 40 years and has been defined by multiple roles, both internationally and nationally. Briefly, just talk to us on what drives you to continue building bridges across the globe.
Uh, I have I have served my life nationally, continentally, and globally. I have built networks. I have got at least an international network, and that's what I call bridge building. But I'm also a bridge builder across communities, ethnic groups, language groups in my own country. And especially as we are talking now, it's bridge building across the choices and the rights we make in our lives. And the Supreme Court judgment the other day, where people are really up in arms, all I'm saying is, when I was living under oppression, apartheid oppression, and being denied the right to be a human being, whatever choices I had, it didn't matter. I was just black. And I fought for my country's independence, and today we are independent. And it's a sad indictment on my country that gays and lesbians or LGBTQI community is being ostracized. But the Supreme Court spoke, and it spoke loudly. And that is the things that I've been advocating for throughout my life. The right for human beings to exist, to love their choices. And that's what's important. For us to regard each other as human beings. You know, during apartheid, people were driven in the backs of cars, and animals, dogs, were driven in the front of cars because animals were regarded better than human beings. Am I going to go back to that stage in my life right now in an independent Namibia? No. No. No human should be treated differently than others. That's why I think internationally I have been recognized as a person that speaks my mind, as a person that tries to create understanding and appreciation of who we are.
All right. Advocate, how imperative is it to be cognizant of the plight of many and do something about it that brings forth change?
You know, if we start by being ourselves, by recognizing our own limitations and our strengths and the ability to just connect to one another as human beings, I think that's already a major step forward. I was brought up in a family by my parents that said to me always, do unto others what you want done unto you. So whenever I did something wrong to somebody, I had the ability to walk up, stand up and say, I'm sorry. That is where life begins. That is where my humanity is bound up with your humanity. Without that, nothing works.
All right. Now, for years in your occupation of various roles that you hold, what were some of the factors that influence your ability to contribute meaningful in the space that you occupy, knowing very well that any decision you undertake has a direct influence to thousands of people?
I don't know whether I made an impact on thousands of people, but I know that even if I make an impact on 10 people, it makes a lot to me. I was born under apartheid. I grew up under apartheid. I started realizing that, at the end of the day, as Martin Luther King reminded us, the color of our skin is not a determinant of who we are. The sex that I'm born in is not a determinant of who I am. What is a determinant of who I am is that I am human. And that is what made me traverse many, many, many difficult situations in my life. I always believed that when I stood up and fought for the liberation of my country, you know what I had? I had justice and truth on my side. And I galvanized hundreds of people to support the liberation struggle of Namibia. They believed in humanity. They believed in liberty. They believed in peace, and they believed in humanity, as I do. And that is what made me build the bridge across so many divides. I am a Damara, and a proud Damara.
Talking about building bridges,
but that has
yes.
never defined my existence.
Now, advocate.
I can coexist with other people. Yeah.
Now, Advocate, talking about building bridges, the Humanitarian Awards Global honored you as one of the 100 Africans who have the most impactful change makers who are part of the most impactful change makers for the year 2022. And if I do say so myself, this is no small feat. What does an award of such magnitude signify for you and the work that you've done?
This is not an award where you walk down a red carpet and receive thousands of US dollars. This is an award where a call is sent out for nominations across the world. People nominate you without even telling you that I've nominated you for this award. And when the announcement is made, you say, wow, I have made it under 100 people across. Obviously, there's no way that you cannot miss that. And I'm so, so happy that I did that. I was amongst the 100 people that worked for women and child's health a couple of years ago. So it's not like walking around, down the red carpet and receive a trophy. But recognition is important in any human being's life. To be found worthy of what you do, what you say, it builds esteem. It builds self-worth. it makes me not important in the sense that I want to now start everyone recognizing that who I am and say if they don't recognize me that, don't you know who I am? No, that's not what an award means. An award simply says, we love you, we appreciate you, we value your worth. And that's how I feel today.
Well, we definitely do love you and appreciate what you're doing, for the Namibian nation. But finally, what is your call to action to Namibia and the globe in the acceleration of creating safe spaces for women to not only thrive, but have a sense of belonging where their rights and their health is upheld?
You know, when I started off my life, I didn't know what the word feminism meant to me at that time. But when I started looking back at my life as a woman, I can now fully declare that I am absolutely and unapologetically a feminist. Because I never wanted to be pigeonholed into a role for women. I fought against it as young as I was, through my primary school, high school, university, and even today. So I want to declare to the Namibian people that I'm a feminist, but I'm also a humanist. I will forever fight for the marginalized and for the vulnerable. I'm okay. I am comfortable in my life. But I will never be as comfortable as I could when I see poverty in the streets of my country, when I see equality in my country. I will forever advocate for the rights of the marginalized and the deprived. I don't have money, but I have a voice. And as long as my voice can speak for those that may not have the platforms to speak, I will do that. And that's why today I am where I am. I'm not here simply because I have qualifications. Many people have qualifications. They have got PhDs. They have got 5 degrees. But if you do not have passion to serve your people, to uplift your people, you are nothing. If you have got money and you do not use your money for the betterment of your people, you are nothing. My wealth does not lie in where I live, in the car that I drive. My wealth lives when a taxi driver recognizes me and says to me, "You don't know me, but I know you. You are such a humble person." I drive from the airport to Windhoek. I drive in a taxi. I call a taxi. And that is what is important.
Advocate, thank you so
That
much.
is what makes me who I am today. That when I fall, I know my people will cushion me. Because I've never disregarded their suffering.
Advocate, thank you so much for
And I will
joining us this
continue to
evening.
fight for it with my voice.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Advocate, and also once more, congratulations on your award.
My pleasure.
All right.
I am as surprised as you are about my award, but yes, as a human being, you always want to be recognized for what you do in your community. And I mean, this is not a Namibian award, by the way. This is an African award, a global award. So to be amongst 100 people, I have done something right in my life, I guess.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
this evening. All right. That was Advocate Bience Gawanas joining us. She was awarded as one of Africa's one part of the Africa 100 people in Africa that are basically awarded the Humanitarian Award. And congratulations to her once more. And she basically just said it all. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more.